So, as a kid, unlike many children in Canada, I never had a chance to watch Shane at the theaters or through a scholastic film presentation at my local middle school. However, I saw Brandon deWilde, who was a big star in Shane, in a very, very important Night Gallery episode, co-starring with Vincent Price in the class of '99, talking about robots taking over society in the United States. Now, Brandon deWilde, unfortunately, he passed away at such a young age and such a tragedy. He was only 30. He would be, if he would have lived, he would have been one of the bigger stars of the last 4 decades. And my dad said, I mean, all the parts that Ryan O'Neal and Jeff Bridges and Bo Bridges got kind of were because Brandon deWilde was no longer around. Now, born Andre Brandon deWilde, or deWilde, depending on how you pronounce it, was an American theater, film, and TV actor. Born in a theatrical family in Brooklyn, he debuted on Broadway at the age of 7 and became a regional and national phenomenon by the time he completed his 492 performances for The Member of the Wedding. He won a Donaldson Award for his performance, becoming the youngest actor to win one, and starred in a subsequent film adaptation, for which he won a Golden Globe for his youth performance. deWilde is best known for performance as Joey Starrett in the film Shane, Come Back Shane, for which he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He also started his own sitcom called Jamie on ABC and became a household name, making numerous radio and TV appearances before being featured on the cover of Life magazine on March 10, 1952 for the second Broadway outing, Mrs. McThing. He continued acting in stage, film, and TV roles into adulthood before his death at age 30 in a tragic car crash in Colorado 2 days after Independence Day in the States, July 6, 1972. Now, he was active from 1950 to 1972, and ironically, he had just married his second wife, Janice Ghetto, in 1972. Now, the son of Fritz deWilde and Eugenia Nee Wilson deWilde, Fritz was the only son of Dutch immigrants who changed her name and surname from Neitzel deWilde to deWilde when he emigrated to the U.S. He was a descendant of the Dutch merchant and seigneur Andries deWilde, who was married to Cornelia Henrika Neitzel. Fritz deWilde became an actor and Broadway production stage manager. Eugenia was a part-time stage actress. Now, deWilde had very unique looks. It was sort of like European with a little bit of Nordic. After deWilde's birth, the family moved from Brooklyn to Baldwin, Long Island. When he made his much-acclaimed Broadway debut at the age of 7, The Member of the Wedding, he was the first child actor to win the Donaldson Award, and his talent was praised by John Gielgud the following year. He also starred in the 1952 film version of the play, which was directed by Fred Zinnemann. In 1952, he acted in Shane as Joey and was nominated for Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his performance, at the time becoming the youngest nominee in a time in the competitive category. He starred in his own TV series Jamie, which aired in 1953 and 1954. Although the series was popular, it was cancelled because of a contract dispute. In 1956, he was featured with Walter Brennan, Phil Harris, and Sidney Poitier in the coming-of-age Batjack film production of Goodbye, My Lady, the John Wayne Company, adapted from James Street's book. deWilde's soft-spoken manner of speech in these early roles was more akin to a southern drawl. In 1956, at the age of 14, he narrated the classic music works Peter and the Wolf by Sergei Prokofiev and A Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra by Benjamin Britten. He also recorded the reading of Huckleberry Finn on the album Stories of Mark Twain, along with his Goodbye, My Lady co-star Brennan. deWilde shared an on-screen camaraderie with both Jimmy Stewart and Audie Murphy in the 1957 Western Night Passage. In 1958, he starred in Missouri Traveler, sharing the lead with Lee Marvin in another coming-of-age film, this one set in the early 1900s. At the age of 17, he played an adolescent father in the 1959 drama Blue Denim. He guest starred on numerous TV series, including Alcoa Theater and Wagon Train. Now, in 1961, he appeared in the Alfred Hitchcock Presents episode The Sorcerer's Apprentice as Hugo, a mentally impaired youth who cannot separate fact from fantasy. After seeing a magician saw a woman in half at a carnival, Hugo emulates the trick and kills a woman by sawing her in half. The episode never aired on NBC because the finale was deemed too gruesome by 60s TV standards. The following year, he appeared in All Fall Down, opposite Warren Beatty and Eva Marie Saint, and Martin Ritz Hud, co-starring with Paul Newman, Patrick Neal, and Melvin Douglas. Although the only lead actor not to be Oscar nominated for Hud, which I think was a ripoff, deWilde accepted the Best Supporting Actor trophy on behalf of co-star Douglas, who was in Spain at the time. That same year, he appeared in Jack Palance's ABC circus drama, The Greatest Show on Earth, based on the Oscar winner of the same name. Now, when he signed a 2-picture deal with Disney in '64, he first starred in The Tenderfoot, the 3-part comedy western for Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color TV show with co-star the great Brian Keith. The following year, he and Keith starred in Those Callaways, reuniting deWilde with his Goodbye My Lady star Walter Brennan. Also in '65, he played P.T. boat officer Jade Torre, serving on his Admiral father played by John Wayne in the Pacific Theater World War II drama In Harm's Way. Now, after '65, many of his roles were limited to TV guest appearances. Being small for his age and a bit too pretty, and his favour as a child, works against him as an adult, wrote author Linda Ashcroft after talking with deWilde at a party. He spoke of giving up movies until he could come back as a 40-year-old character actor. deWilde's final Western role was in Dino De Laurentiis' spaghetti western Deserter 1 year before his death. You gotta seek that out. It's a really good movie. Saw it in the drive-in in the 1970s, and Dad said, too bad he passed away. Tremendous. His last screen appearance, besides Night Gallery, of course, was Wild in the Sky. Now, he had hoped to embark on a movie career. He asked his good friend Graham Parsons, Labor of the Birds and founder of the Flying Burrito Brothers, and his International Submarine Band to back him in a recording session. ISB guitarist John Neese claimed that deWilde sang harmony with Parsons better than anyone except Emmylou Harris. Bassist Ian Dunlop wrote, "The lure of getting a record out was tugging hard at Brandon." Now, Parsons and Harris later co-wrote a song titled In My Hour of Darkness, the first verse of which refers to the car crash that killed deWilde. Now, deWilde was married twice and had one son. His first marriage was to writer Susan Ma, whom he wed in '63. The couple had a son, Jesse, before divorcing in '69. And he married his second wife, Janice, in April '72, 3 months before his death. Now, ironically, his passing was due more to the fact he was a stage actor at the time. On July 6th, while in Colorado for a Denver stage production of Butterflies Are Free at El Tic Theater, deWilde was killed in a traffic accident in the Denver suburb of Lakewood. He was driving a camper van that left the roadway before striking a guardrail in a parked truck. The van rolled onto his side and he was pinned in the wreckage. He was taken to St. Anthony's Hospital, where he died at 7:20 p.m. of multiple injuries that included a broken back, neck, and leg. He was only 30. Now, he was originally buried in Hollywood, but his parents later moved his remains to Pine Lawn Memorial Park in Framingham, New York, to be closer to their home on Long Island. Now, many roles, filmography, Philco Television Playhouse in '51 and '52, Member of the Wedding in '52, where he won the Golden Globe for Best Juvenile Performance. Shane, '53, nominated for Best Supporting Actor. The Jamie series, Jamie McHummer, 22 episodes. Then 2 episodes of Climax. Then Goodbye My Lady, Screen Directors Playhouse, Night Passage, United States Steel Hour, The Missouri Traveler, Alcoa Theater, Blue Denim, Wagon Train for 2 episodes. Thriller, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, All Fall Down, The Virginian, HUD, A Gathering of Eagles, The Nurses, The Greatest Show on Earth, 3 episodes of The Wonderful World of Disney, 12 O'Clock High, Those Callaways, The Defenders, In Harm's Way, Combat, ABC Stage 67, The Trip, The Virginian, and if you can check this out, he played Alex on Journey to the Unknown, a man who was shipwrecked on an island, and we don't know if the woman that shows up to basically save him is real or not. Very slow burn. Insight in '68, The Name of the Game in '69. Bobby Carrier, he played, not Courier, like me. Hawaii Five-0, Love American Style, The Virginian, The Young Rebels, The Deserter, the Night Gallery, again, Ironside in '71, same year, and Wild in the Sky. Now, awards, 4950, the Donaldson Award for Best Male Debut, the Member of the Wedding, Argument Play, Golden Globe Awards, Best Juvenile, and Academy Awards 53, Best Supporting Actor. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very diverse career, and pretty well one of the most important child prodigies of the area. Now, you look at the fact that Brandon deWilde died in '72, and let's say all these episodic, the Stephen J. Cannell, Hill Street Blues, Ken, and all that. He's a perfect fit because he He's nice looking, but he can play a villain or he can play tortured very good. And Brandon deWilde, I'm always impressed. Like the episode of the Night Gallery is such a natural, I wouldn't say a method actor, but what a natural actor. I mean, I was only 7 years old when I saw that, and Dad said, that's the guy from Shane. I said, what do you mean Shane? And it's, he was playing himself in 1952-53, in 71-72, and it was the same, even though the age was different, and like he had a very interesting style. I think I can compare it with like a, Paul Giamatti. You see a show and that's a Paul Giamatti movie. Well, Brandon deWilde played himself better than anybody else could, and I know he's heavily missed. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our vintage Hollywood tributes, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. By the end of the spring into the summer, we're hoping to reach 2 million hits on the channel. So the channel is a tribute to all the great followers. If you'd like us to get there, we are past 3,600 subscribers. So the goal for 2025 is to hit 4,000 and 2 million. I think we would do it. So if you like, go in the archives. If there's something you like, or put your favorite actor or whatever, check it out. This is sort of a blog with no video, some key photos. And we take requests. Any requests are highly, highly considered. And we try to cover a lot of bases. We do a lot of vintage here, sports and entertainment. So there are key years, again, from the 1940s to pretty well the 1990s. We don't really bother with the modern streaming episodes, unless it's a throwback like Lost or something else, because streaming, you can't savor it. It's fast food. It's not really television, is it? It may be good, but, watching 9 episodes at once is not a I grew up every week. You waited for the new. I'm a serial guy. SCERAL and SERIAL. So Brandon deWilde, one of the most underrated youth actors of this and any other generation. Have a great night. Bye.